What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. If you enjoy the Scale News Update, hit the like button and let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, Proline just released two new SCX6 body options specifically for owners of the SCX6 Honcho version, as these two options use the rear cage from that truck. You could put it on the JL, but you're gonna have to come up with that rear cage setup. The two options they released are the Toyota Hilux and the Ford F-250 Super Duty. The original Honcho body is Toyota inspired, but this is a licensed Toyota Hilux body, obviously a little bit older with the more boxy styling of it overall. But the second option is the Ford F-250 Super Duty, which also looks really good. Now, while F-250s aren't super popular wheeling rigs, doesn't mean that people don't like them, and this is an RC car, so you can wheel things that aren't typical wheelers on occasion, but it looks super good. The pricing on these isn't as terrible as you could possibly think that they may be, being 1/6 scale, being cab only, and they are licensed, but still under $100. I feel like that was a surprising number for me. So if you're an owner of one of those platforms and you want to change up the styling a little bit, I think these are great new options for you. These are currently listed as a pre-order, so if you do want to pick these up, I put links to them in the description below, but you're going to be waiting a little while after you place that order. How long? Hard to say. Also from Horizon, they did extend their truck month that they've been running for a little while now. Now, on the truck month deals that they have currently, there's not a whole lot in our area. The only kind of things that possibly apply are that they've got the low-C laser nut on sale for like $190 off. Normally $539, now $349. So a huge percentage discount on that one. Also, they still have those Spektrum 124 scale brushless systems that they're selling for 50% off at $49.99. Those things do not seem to be flying off the shelves. So, you know, maybe check out some reviews on that system first. Decide if that deal is worth it to you or not. Currently, it says that truck month is going to be going on till 3/31. And if you're looking for something outside of just the, crawler or scale stuff, they do have some like Armas, the Granite, I think it's on there. The low C Mini T 2.0 is on there also, and a number of chargers and things like that. So check out the link if you're maybe interested in saving a little bit of money. New in the 124 scale world, we had new tire releases from two companies. First, JConcepts released 63mm versions of the Tusk and Landmine. The Tusk is a popular option, the 1.9 scale, and they've had this in the 1.0 size as well, but this 63mm size is kind of like the max size allowed in the class 2 area of the micro crawler comps. Hard to say. So Landmines, Tusks available there. And then Proline just released a 1.0 Toyo Open Country RT. This is a pre-mounted version actually. So if you're looking to replace one of the tires that comes on the SCX24s and you didn't want to buy wheels separately somewhere else, these are an option. While the Tusk and Landmine are available for order now, the Toyo is also a pre-order. Redcat just released a second version of their Ascent platform. Now they've upgraded a number of the components on this from the RTR that they initially released. They changed from an aluminum chassis to a carbon fiber, and they went with the 2-in-1 Fusion crawler system. It's a little bit different than the SE, but very similar platform in general. They've also removed the bed entirely, and they've gone to some metal bumpers, and you'll also find that they added some weight up front on this. Cost on this is only $399. So they've upgraded a number of the components in that platform and only charged $100 extra. You're gonna find the same tires on board, and the geometry has been adjusted slightly to try and help lower the center of gravity a little bit with the motor position. The body is the same design, but painted a different way, and of course, there is no bed attached to it. The chassis has got aluminum cross members, and a lot of the hardware that's used to assemble the chassis has the red anodized conical washers on there for a little added extra. These currently show in stock on their website, so if you place your order, it looks like you'll be able to get these pretty soon. For those of you with an Element and the IFS2 system, Artful Dodgers released some stainless steel bent formed skid plates for the front bulkhead of it, as well as the A-arms themselves. They've had these for the original IFS for some time, but now they've got a new version for those that come on like the U-Tron. So if you want to just add a little bit of style, probably a little bit of strength as well, just going for that overall look, these Artful Dodger pieces are always good looking options. Artful Dodgers also has a number of other components. If you're looking to upgrade one of your Element platforms, you can check out their website. I'll link to it below, as well as links to all of the stories we're talking about today. Then TWS posted that they've got a new version of their VTG80 kit, and that is the kit that is styled after the CJ7. This one was actually called the CJ7 kit originally, until all the craziness went on with the Jeep styled and named after kits over the last year or so, like the Mash again and a couple of the other ones. But it reappeared under this VTG80 name some time back. But this one is stated to be the V2 version, a new version, different, changed, except I can't really tell what's changed. There was some posts listing a bunch of features and things like that, and I was like, okay. But then I went to the original one and it appeared to be very similar. So I can't exactly say what's different yet. I reached out to TWS to see what the differences actually were because the verbiage seemed to be so close, but I couldn't quite tell. So hopefully they write a more clear description of the differences between the V1 kit and the V2 kit. If you haven't heard or don't remember much about TWS, they're very similar to the MST trucks, like very, very similar. And all the way down to, design of the transmission and things like that. It seems like maybe we're going to get upgraded gears in the axles, as they say that they're machined, although on the product page it still looks like the same cast version of the gear set. Again, it's very hard to tell exactly what's going on, but hopefully we find out some more info before too long. Maybe they change some things, maybe they fix some weak points or shortcomings of the kit, but it still looks very familiar to the previous ones. So maybe I'm wrong. If you're a fan of the TWS stuff, or you're just looking to try something different, it does look good with that little CJ7-esque body on it. It's a very short wheelbase car though, so it's not going to be similar in size at all to something like the Axial CJ or anything like that. So expect something more like a Tamiya size if you do go shopping. Spektrum announced the release of the DX6 Rugged. Now the Rugged series is something that we've seen around for a handful of years now. It's made its rounds, and they've done some modifications over time to make the UI a little bit better while still keeping the Rugged name, meaning that it's more element proof or resistant. Not 100% sure of exactly how rugged they state these to be. They show a number of photos of them being dirty, but nothing, they're not submerging them. It'd be interesting to hear any of you guys who have the Ruggeds, how far you've tested that namesake. But I did go through and look at the new DX6 version, and it looks like it's got one more. It's very similar to the DX5, but with another channel and very similar features beyond that. One thing I did notice in the bullet points is it's got programmable vibe alerts. You can sense the vibe, man. I'm guessing that means like programmable vibrating alerts, obviously, but vibe alerts sounds way cooler. I haven't done any programming on one of the Rugged series radios myself, really, so I did just get this DX6 version, so I guess we'll figure out exactly how that goes, and maybe we'll go ahead and do some durability and rugged testing. Let me know how far you think we can push this thing. This Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, come join us for Livestream Takeover Season 5. This week with a special guest, because Matt's not going to be there the whole time. And by special guest, I mean, I don't know who it is yet either. And all of my friends are special, so. Or maybe I'll dig deep, try and find somebody new. We'll see how it goes. If you have suggestions on who we should try and get for this week's Livestream Takeover, put that below. That could be interesting. But that's going to do it for this week's news topics. Spring has sprung, or at least on the calendar at least. Not everywhere is experiencing spring-like conditions, it appears, but we're all itching for just the best of weather At least here. We've had some of the nicest days, but then still some rain. And it could get in like the 50s, so sometimes the t-shirt was a little uncomfortable, but the nice days are coming, I'm sure. With that, I want to know, what are you guys planning or preparing for first? Do you have local events or local series? Do you have a family trip? What do you got planned for the beautiful spring weather that is undoubtedly not too far over the horizon? Let me know in the comments below. If it's RC related, that's a bonus. With that, hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. As always, thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Hopefully my audio works this time. I'm having issues with the SD card slot on my audio recorder. So I'm recording in 2 different additional spots in hopes that I can get something to work. Yikes. First, bit my tongue. It's a good start.